Hi, I'm Coach Samantha Smith, and I've got next.
You next up and you ain't been on Sports Like Talk. Like, what are you doing? Hey, you better hit them up. Look, you breaking next and you up next. Keep the Queens go hard. Rise and star on the big scene. Make them know who you are. You don't break a sweat. Don't settle for less. They put you through that test. Your resume that flesh. Who got next? Who got next? SLT. Heard it say go. Who got next? Who got next? Living my dreams and all your goals. Who got next? Who got next? You can ask B. Jones or head coach. Who got next? Who got next? You next up, so here's my vote.
SLT Nation, welcome to another fire episode of Sports Life Talks. You got next. We in 2022. We in season 2, and things are just rolling right along. Remember, this show is all about giving exposure to the voices of tomorrow, a platform that sends love to amazing human beings who are doing phenomenal things and accomplishing big dreams. And we told y'all that the slate for 2022 was crazy, and it's gonna get crazier. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you probably one of the dopest head coaches, actually at one point in time, the youngest head coach in the game, in the women's basketball game. We got a family of royalty here. Samantha Smith, head coach of Southern Illinois University out of Edwardsville. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I don't know if I've ever been called dope before.
Hey, you super dope.
Yeah.
Welcome. Hey, you when you come to the Sports Life Talk family, that's what happens. You get labeled. You get,
You become dope.
That's it. Off top. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, well, if this is your first time checking out the show, we want to thank you so much for stopping by, spending a few minutes with us. It means a lot to us. I am your host, the mouth of the South, B. Jones, the Louisiana, Mr. Yeet himself. I'm rocking alongside of my co-host, my colleague, my brother from another mother, the architect, the head coach, KT. How you doing, Kev?
I'm feeling good, B. Jones. When I think of the name Samantha Smith, I start thinking about Sam Smith, and I almost started singing. You know I like to sing, B. Jones, but I'm going to...
What song you about to butcher on national television right now, man? Go ahead.
Won't you stay with me?
I know we couldn't resist, ladies and gentlemen. I know we couldn't resist.
You know how many laughs I get when I say my name's Sam Smith? People are like, are you related?
I tell you what, though, Coach, I hope you can teach Kev how to shoot some basketball, because he swears in a previous life he was a crooner, like he had an R&B album or something out there.
I think everybody that just listens to me sing knows that I don't have a career in singing. So,
hey, well, listen, we hope y'all enjoy Kevin's 30 Seconds of Mayhem. Welcome to the show, and if this is your first time checking us out, this is a part of the show where I have to ask a small favor from you. Won't cost you a penny. We are on a mission to get 1,000 tribe members, 1,000 subscriptions on YouTube. Why? Because it's part of an algorithm, and that's how we grow. And the more we grow, the more great guests we can bring to you, the more stories we can bring to you, and the more entertainment we can provide for you, the fans. So we need to ask you one small favor for us. I know it's at the beginning, but we need you to show us some love by smashing that subscribe button on the count of 3. Are y'all ready? Yeah, Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. Hey, can y'all show us a little bit of love? On the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Now, if you did take that call to action and you took that opportunity, congratulations, because you just got front row seats, all access pass to season 1 of Sports Life Talks You Got Next, in which we have over 100 episodes of banging other dope stories of people who are doing amazing things. But today, let's sit back, relax. As the new year concludes and keeps moving forward, let's enjoy the sounds of Sam Smith, head basketball coach of Southern Illinois. Coach, are you ready for the Sports Life Talk initiation?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Kevin, let's go.
All right, Coach Smith, to initiate you into the SLT family, you got to give us your top 5 music artists.
Top 5 music artists. Okay, don't laugh. My number 1 music artist right now is Taylor Swift.
Ain't nothing wrong with Tay-Tay.
We rock with Taylor.
Yeah, she made a good comeback. You know, she had some people do some not so good things to her.
That's why she got bad blood. She got bad blood. No, we've seen both sides of Tay-Tay. It's okay.
Yeah, but staying with the female route, love me some Beyonce. My brother's a hardcore Beyonce fan, so I hear that all the time.
Run that back. Who? Which one?
My youngest brother, Jake. He's like front row center.
We love her too. We love her
Yeah.
too.
We love Beyonce too.
And then I'm taking this back a little bit, but this is what I used to listen to when I was a player in my headphone before the game. Eminem.
Hey, Slim Shady.
Yep. I had a couple songs that I just had to listen to before a game. Going down the list, probably just like older tunes. You know, like I like the Beatles. And this is probably from our parents growing up and listen to some of the, 70s, 80s music. And then probably lastly, went through a little emo phase, like Dashboard Confessional.
Okay.
Lucky Boys Confusion. You guys probably don't even know who I'm talking about.
Nah, never heard of those.
Yeah. But so there's my 5, I guess.
The Beatles, it was a song I was singing the other day. I cannot recall it right now. I'm probably lucky for you I can't because I will sing it, but hopefully by the end of the show I'll remember it. All right, Coach, so give us your favorite sports teams.
Favorite sports team. Number 1's the WNBA Chicago Sky.
Ooh.
For good reason.
Yes.
Have a family member, older sister who's on the team. So followed them a lot the last few years. They got a lot of free agency going on right now. So waiting to hear the gossip and all the moves that are happening. But our young Chicago Bulls right now. I don't know if you're too.
I like the young Chicago, but I was texting somebody last night. I said, the Lakers will look back and regret the fact that they chose Russell Westbrook over DeMar DeRozan. Because they must have gave DeMar DeRozan Michael Jordan on locker or something. Because that dude, he playing on another level right now.
2 game winners in a row.
Yes.
Last night I got home late from a trip. My husband's up north and there's a snowstorm, so we didn't get back with our kids. And I was by myself in my living room screaming like a maniac.
Oh, man.
If anyone walked by at that time, they were probably like, what is going on in that house?
Hey, they gave him that same Jordan Juju because that boy there, my goodness.
Yeah, but not only DeRozan, they gave away, they let Caruso walk too.
Yep.
It's the DeRozan thing for me. I get Caruso. Caruso is a great player that like he gels stuff together. You don't realize how much he does until he gone. But we talking about points right now. The Lakers need fresh legs and points, and DeRozan is doing it. He's a leader. He out there. I mean, whew.
Yeah, he don't turn the ball over like Westbrook either. All right, Coach. So who is your favorite superhero and why?
Favorite superhero? I'm probably going to go with like Wonder Woman, that girl power type stuff. Just all around her vibes of being in the world of all males and being a superhero.
And doing it while it's effortlessly. She's an Amazon. So yeah, shout out to Wonder Woman. So with that said, Princess Diana, since every superhero needs their own theme music, what would your theme song be?
My theme song. I told you the Eminem vibes. I loved Lose Yourself. So I was always listening to that before a game starts,
Do you still listen to it? Because y'all.
Don't judge, yes.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You only get one shot.
Hey, there's a song with him and Beyonce. You guys should look that up. It's some good stuff.
All right, I'm gonna take that challenge, kid.
Oh yeah, we definitely have to do that because I know that is amazing. Well, B. Jones, I think it's safe to say that Coach Smith is in the family, so take it away.
Coach Smith, you in the family, but your family, you are just incredible. Let's tell everybody your story. So let's go back. You see, you're from Chicago. I didn't know you were from Chicago.
Well,
so
not quite. Hold on.
Okay.
I can't say that. I have an assistant coach that's truly from Chicago, and he always gives me a hard time.
Okay, and which is fair.
I'm from the suburbs, the southwest suburbs. Joliet, Illinois.
Joliet.
But I went to school at Depaul in Chicago, so kind of counts.
It must be a TV show out of Joliet or something. I remember a set of a TV show when I can't remember what it was, but it was when I was a little kid. They used to always say this was filmed in Joliet, Illinois, or something like that. So
the Blues Brothers movie.
Oh, okay.
Prison that they go into and all that. That's Joliet.
That's super dope. All right. So, Coach.
Right. Prison Break. That's also
Oh,
Joliet.
really?
Prison.
Yeah. I used to like that show.
It was good. And they just kept bringing it back and back. And he kept breaking out of every prison. And it just kind of got old.
Right.
All right, Coach. So tell us what it was like growing up. And not just growing up, right? you grew up in a very unique setting that it was almost like from birth, you were on a team. You were already on the starting five, and you just knew something great was going to come out of this household, or something did. And I'm talking about 4 or 5 different directions. So tell us a little bit about growing up, Coach.
Yeah, it was a really amazing childhood. Very fun, fun-loving. We are all products. There's 4 of us siblings, all products of teachers and coaches. My parents were both teachers and coaches. My mother just retired, 35 years, same school. PE and health teacher. So we grew up in gyms. We grew up, around different games, whether that's volleyball, basketball, baseball, tennis. We were always around some sort of athletic activity. But there's 2 girls and 2 boys in our family. So you could imagine those battles growing up. We were all in a row, about a year and a half apart, each of us, so it was a lot of backyard battles. This was before social media, Facebook, all of that. So we weren't on any screens. We were in our backyard making up games and just having a ball. Very competitive, everything was competitive. First person to the car, shotgun, in the store playing tag. My mother would look at us and say, "You just wait till we get home." And we were just deathly afraid of her. So it was really, really great childhood. Suffered a little bit of loss, but all around had a really enjoyable time.
Now we just went through a holiday season. Is it still competitive like that? Is it still any little jabs in the ribs while y'all over there getting the cheesecake or?
A little bit now. So it's more, debates. Now the big thing now is debates, whether that's political or whether that's who's better, this player or that player. Who should the Chicago Sky get next year? This player or that player.
Okay.
So it's more so, we're just bickering, debating, chatting. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Kind of like me and Kevin. All right, so listen. So you kind of glossed over it, and I hate to do this because you're like Chicago. I'm a big Chicago Sky fan, and we're trying to figure out the Chicago Sky. So can you tell America who your older sister is? I mean, let's just get the elephant in the room knocked out so we can go and move forward with some other good stuff.
Yep. Older sister's Allie Quigley. She's a sharpshooter in the WNBA, plays for the Chicago Sky. She's also married to their point guard, Courtney Vandersloot. So we got a lot of good hoops in our family.
So my question is you used to be an All-American too, though. I mean, you used to put it down. You got all kind of records at Depaul. I think you the most 20th or the 12th most leading scorer in school history. You get buckets too. Can you still put some work on your sister a little bit?
I don't put work on her. I was always a very good passer. So
you pass it to her?
I like to take credit for all of her buckets,
Yeah.
People talk about her scoring so many points in college and high school. I'm like, don't forget the sister behind all that,
Now, your dad...
let me say something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
She was real generous saying she's a sharpshooter. She's probably the best shooter in the WNBA right now.
You think
yes.
so?
I'm a little biased, but yes.
No doubt, B. Jones. You cannot leave her open for a split second.
Yeah, she a 3-time All-Star too, America. So it's the reason why they call it a deadly. So check this out though. So you got a brother who goes on to play professional baseball. You got another brother who's a tennis guru, who's now a coach. He's a trainer, athletic director. You got a sister who's in the WNBA. You now the youngest head coach at one point in time. You just take over another major program and then looking at your winning history. I had to kind of try to figure this thing out. I was like, my goodness, we like tapped into this royal family of sports, and then it all came to one spot. All bucks ended at one spot, and that was your dad. And then I saw you lost your dad, and I was like, man, I want to know, what did your dad mean to the culture of this household? How did his legacy, his success in tennis and other sports, how did that lead you guys all down the road that you individually took?
Just his relationship to athletics and competitiveness and being a coach. Really, we were growing up and we were falling in love with all these games that he and my mother were both introducing us to. But was the kindest person and didn't drink, didn't smoke, just had some bad luck with some cancer and was young. He was about my age, 33, 34. And it was just unfortunate. I think in this day and age, maybe down the road, treatments would have been different, but so he was that type of person that people couldn't believe that he was gone. But definitely introduced us to this love for the game, for all different games, but particularly basketball. Always in the gyms, always Sundays, this would be a day. We would be, at his high school shooting around. Remember my brother pulling the fire alarm, all of us getting in trouble, all those shenanigans.
All right, so you talk about the love for the game, but you have a true love for the game, and it shows out because you have success everywhere you go. Now you took Lewis to 3 NCAA tournaments, even made it into the second round. You got like a 790 win percentage or something like that. So your numbers are absolute crazy. But I want to take away from the wins and losses, because for the first time we always hear coaches say, you send your daughter or send your son to our school because we gonna make sure he right on the field and off the field, on the court and off the court. We're gonna build a person out of him. And they always talk about academics, but you don't just talk about academics. You made sure that academics is one of the frontline things, as even on your bio, it talks about your success in the classroom and how you taking team GPAs from 2.5 to a cumulative 3.5. Why is academics so important to you? And I guess that kind of goes back to you talk about how you were, raised by academic or raised by teaching professionals. But tell us a little bit about your relationship with the academic side and why is that so important to you?
Yeah, so much about what we do is being students first and then athletes. At the end of the day, the ball's going to stop bouncing someday. So really important for us as leaders, as mentors. We don't just consider ourselves coaches. We consider ourselves advisors, mentors, people who are going to lead them in the right direction when they leave us, when they leave Edwardsville. Are they prepared for the real world? So it's not just about kind of that classroom, do your homework type stuff, but it's about how you present yourself, how you attack every day, how you respond to adversity. There's times in the classroom where you're having a tough time with a course or you're a tough time with a test. And how do you respond to that and make it better the next day, or improve? We've been talking a lot about, this new year, everybody has their quotes and goals and resolutions. And we've been talking about how we don't want to change as people because we are who we are, because of our experiences, because of the individuals that raised us. We are who we are, and that shouldn't change, but we should try to become better versions of ourselves. So that's what our group is really honing in on right now. But from an academic standpoint, the ball stops bouncing. My sister's about to retire and she's 34, 35 years old. She's got a lot of life ahead of her. So having that education, having that other side of things that's not just basketball related, that is going to help propel you into a successful life and future.
Although, Coach, did you break some news on air?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we just debuted that. So if you watch this, you just got a special little tip on what's going to happen with the Chicago Sky.
She's got a year or two. She keeps
okay.
back and forth. I think it's some of it's like the free agency. Like, where are you going to be? Am I going to be there too?
Yeah.
We're going to wait and see what she's going to do. It's like all these things.
Yeah. So now you, like I told everybody, you have extreme amount of success at these programs. You from St. Francis to Lewis to now you're at Edwardsville, and this is your first year. You take over this job in April. It seems like we're on the end of COVID, and then all of a sudden during your first year, now you got to step back to where we were 2 years ago with these outbreaks. And so how are you attacking this first year, knowing that you're trying to build a bond, you're trying to build a culture, you're trying to turn a program around, all at the same time of dealing with a virus that's telling you, hey, spread out, separate, seclude. And you're trying to build unity. You're trying to do everything the opposite. And you're also trying to get a fan base behind you and a community excited, but yet everybody's so siloed. How are you handling this hurdle? And what is your plan to, how are you addressing this and still building this culture up in year one?
It's interesting because every day is different. Every week is different. You don't know what's going to happen. There's going to be some kind of obstacle, but I think that's athletics and that's life in a sense, where you always have something you have to tackle, you have to, get past. And COVID's no different, where you're never going to know what's going to happen the next day. You hear people say that all the time, like, don't have any regrets because, tomorrow's promised to no one. So for us, it's so much about like day by day, like just give us everything you have. If we have 10 players, we have 7 players, we have 5 and we're working to get back to a healthy place. It's just life. And you just have to kind of roll with the punches. That's not changing what our staff is trying to do from a cultural standpoint, and establishing expectations, accountability, goal setting, all of that. We're still trying to do that, even though there's adversity. and we've been very lucky, knock on wood, I shouldn't speak too soon, but our group and our program has really done a great job, I would say, in our administration of keeping our group healthy, doing everything they can to avoid COVID, but sometimes it's hard to avoid it.
All right, so for the last question I got, we're going to have a little bit of fun. I don't know what made you decide to show your practice notes or your daily coaching notes. I saw on your social media you had these notes up, and it was talking about, resiliency and teamwork, and it was just a lot of different buckets, and each bucket had bullet points that you wanted to kind of tackle on, but the last bullet point kind of reminded me of your family there, and I saw you had a beautiful family, you and your husband. Congratulations, and the group. I mean, you got a gorgeous family. And the last note was Pixar, Into the Unknown. What was that about? I gotta know, what was that last note about? Because the rest of them, I was like, okay, I get that. Let's go after that. These were just key words that triggered emotion, but that one, instead of triggering emotion, it triggered curiosity. What was Pixar Into the Unknown about?
Yeah, Pixar is, so we talked about the challenges that Pixar went through and obviously where they're at now, and how the early stages of Pixar were very difficult. Like, no one really bought into it, and it was kind of this strange thing that it wasn't quite a cartoon, but it wasn't real life, and it was like this different thing that they didn't know if anyone would love. But these artists and these individuals, a part of Pixar, just continued to work and say, like, this is what is going to work. I don't know how many times in timeouts I've, not just our staff right now, but our past staffs, we've gone into it and we've said, like, hey, this is what we do. This is who we are, and so we need to continue to do that, and we're going to see success. And believing that, and our group is, we're rebuilding, but I know our group has really seen some belief and faith in, hey, this is the pace of play we're trying to establish, and this is our foundational cultural things that we do. And they've really bought in. They've been very welcoming and all of that. So just giving them instances of, you guys aren't the only ones that are going through, hard times or foundational things or, rebuilding something. There's so many places, organizations, TV shows. We talked about the Netflix, what's the Netflix chess, the girl, the Queens Gambit.
Yes. The Queens Gambit. That's right.
We talked about that too, how like he had pitched that to all these different organizations and TV places like 20 years ago. And like no one thought it was good. And now now it has over like 100 million views. It's crazy. So just, instances like that where people just kept working, knowing that success was going to be on the other side of hard work. So we talk about different instances, but Pixar was one of them.
Well, we asked a question on our show, which you can watch Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So if you're following and you subscribed, you get that notification. Would you rather be loved by your players or feared?
Oh, loved. Yeah. You have a love for each other, and you're willing to, go through brick walls for each other, no matter what. At the end of the day, it's not about the score. Though we hope the score takes care of itself if you have this love for each other, but that's not always the case. And a love for each other when things are going badly. That's really hard. If you don't have a love, then when things are tough and things are going in a negative direction, it's really hard to get out of it. But if you have a love for each other, a relationship, it's all worth it.
Sounds like you need to give Urban Meyer a call.
Oh, wow. We're taking shots. Okay. So, Coach, I don't like to brag, but I can ball, and I got a daughter that can go as well. Okay. All right, we're looking for a school that can help her with her goal of playing in the WNBA. Why should I send my daughter to play under Coach Smith?
Development. She's going to be a different woman the time she walks in and the time that she leaves us. She's going to be a different, not only basketball player, because skill development is so important, and getting all of us to a different level of competitiveness. Like we all come into college, and I was one of those players. Like I came in and I thought that I played hard, and I can remember this instance where my college coach, we got home from a tournament. We had lost on a last second shot by one. And I thought I played well. I think I got it all tournament accolade, something like that. When we get back from the bus and he said, we're going to go watch film. And I'm like, what are we watching film for? We only lost by one. It's no big deal. So we go up there and we sit down and we go through the film, and he's got this red laser pointer, and I've told this story a few times, so people might have heard it, but And every time a shot went up, he would circle me. And I was doing nothing. Like I was just watching the ball like this. He's like, what are you doing to help your team? Like he kept asking me that. What are you doing to help your team? And there were so many instances where I was doing nothing to help my team. You know, so it was like that realization probably between like my sophomore and junior year where I was like, I thought I was like doing what I was supposed to do. And then every practice and moment after that, I was different. I was a different person. I was a different woman. I was a different player, you know, where it was like, I was trying to be a servant leader. I was trying to help the woman next to me. I was trying to help my coach who wanted me to be a coach on the floor. You know, so it's all of that realization, you know, because they're young. They're so young when they come in and they think, you know, most of them think they know a lot. I thought I knew everything, you know, and so that realization of, hey, this person is here to coach me, to make me better, to mentor me. Like, and so it's that listening and that's coachability and that understanding that like when I leave here, I'm going to be elite in every aspect of life. You know, so for us, I would say our staff, it's so much about development, you know, being a different woman, a basketball player, a student from the moment you step in our doors and then the moment you leave.
Coach, welcome to the championship rounds. This is a part of the show where Kevin and I, we go from brothers to sibling rivalries. All right. This is the part of the show where you get to call all the shots. Now, have you ever played a game called Would You Rather?
Yes.
All right, so this is the You Got Next version of Would You Rather, where both hosts will ask you, give you an option. You select one of those options. Whichever host you select, that host will gain a point. First host to get 2 points, or the best out of 3 will win this episode's game of championship rounds. And right now, Kevin has it's an aggressive lead as we've entered into the season 2. He's won 5 games. And I have won 2, Coach. So I don't know what he's doing to pay off these guests before the show, but it looks as though I have some work to put in. But I'm like Pixar right now. I'm just gonna keep doing the work and watch the results come, because I promise you I will take the lead by the end of 2022. All right, here we go, Coach. Round number 1. Kevin, you are the defending champion.
Thank you, sir. So, Coach, would you rather start a coaching podcast that goes viral and coaches from around the world can sign in and they can share and get tips from you on YouTube, or
would you rather start your own coaching leadership academy, holding camps nationwide throughout the year, but it'll still allow you to do your job and coach at Edwardsville?
Coaching leadership.
Leadership Academy?
Leadership Academy.
Well,
that's a great idea.
That sounds like me. We in here, Coach Quigley. Coach Quigley Smith. Ah! Let's go. All right, round number 2. Now, Coach, you'd had some success in the tournament, so we know you're no stranger. But would you rather make it to the NCAA championship game, not knowing if you're going to win or lose, or
win a conference title 10 years in a row with a shot to make it to the tournament?
Oh. That's really hard. I'm going to say NCAA tournament game. Championship.
Melodies from heaven. Yes.
It's the ultimate dream. It's the ultimate dream. And to do it here,
Hey, Kevin, because we got bad blood.
I was having such a good time to the championship rounds. Keep going, B. Jones. Come on, round. Let's go. You, me. Hey, let's go, Coach. We rolling right now. Let's go. One more round, because you only get one shot. Here we go. Round number 3. Would you rather go back in time, knowing everything you know now, and do it over again, but allowing yourself to fix a few mistakes on the road that you made on this journey, or fast forward 15 years and have a coaching tree full of head coaches and assistants?
Go back in time.
We got a sweep, the first sweep of the 2022 campaign. The Chicago Skies brought the championship to Chicago, ladies and gentlemen. We have done it. We have made history. Me.
Well, you know, Coach, do you know that I was the one that reached out to you? I reached out to you on Twitter. It was me, not him. It was me. But, you know,
Coach, Coach, Kevin, 2 more, sir. 2 more, and I'm coming 5-3.
I was having such a beautiful time on this show with this part of it, but you know, I'll bounce back. Pixar, whatever. I'll bounce back. Let's go.
All right, Coach. Well, the title of the show is "You Got Next," so it's all about what the future holds and where are we going to see you next, right? What outstanding things can we expect from Coach Smith and your Lady Edwardsville team? What does the future hold for you, Coach?
Yeah, just building something really special here. I truly believe we've already started that. We have an alumni on staff who played here as well, so just having that love and that understanding of community, of family, that's going to take you to some really awesome places. So, obviously recruiting comes into play, but all around establishing this culture, and we're moving in a really great direction. Had some really big signature wins this year so far, and hopefully more on the horizon in 22.
Hey, already. Now, y'all already mid-swing, right? Season is already tipped off, and you guys are rocking and rolling, right?
Oh, yeah, we sure are. Yeah, we just started conference season, so 1-1. Got a win last night on the road. So it was a good start so far.
If somebody was to turn on the Edwardsville game right now, you know, they watch y'all on a Tuesday night, what do we expect to see out of an Edwardsville team?
A lot of competitiveness, high energy play. You know, we're trying to run. We're trying to pick up full court pressure. I'd say it's a really fun style to play. Our girls or women are still getting used to it and getting used to a lot of different aspects of how we want to play, but all around just a high level energy type game. But we're growing, we're learning, you know, we'll have a good 2 or 3 quarters and then a not so good quarter. So we're going to put together 40 minutes at some point. And when we do, watch out, guys.
So, Coach, if we have any recruits or anybody that wants to get in contact with you, besides Instagram, which we can see on the screen, where can people find you?
Our emails are all online, too. You can go to our staff sites. Mine specifically is Coach Sam at SIUE.edu. So just getting in touch that way. We're a staff that replies and responds to everybody. So certainly reach out.
And do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Any shout-outs? Shout out to my husband. He is Mr. Awesome. We have 4 little ones. So we have a 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So, just him being so supportive. And all the other moms that are coaching out there. I know it's not easy. So you're doing it right. I have a really good friend that's in coaching and is a mom and a new mom. And she says, I feel like I'm never giving enough to either side. And I said, what's most important is if you're a great mom, you're going to be a great coach. So don't feel like you are, not giving enough to either side. But so those are my shout outs.
All right. In honor of You Got Next tradition, we want you to tell us who got next, Coach. Who should B. Jones and I get on our platform to share their story? So, who are you calling out?
Oh, I get to call anybody out?
Anybody you think need to come on this show and tell their story?
Anybody I should call out? Okay. Just coaches, or it could be anybody?
It could be anybody. Artists, entrepreneurs, content creators,
athletes that play for the Chicago Sky and won a championship. Just anybody.
That would be really awesome. Maybe my sister, her wife, Candace Parker, would be amazing too. She is obviously coming home, winning a championship with Chicago. Going to be a mother again now pretty soon.
Yes, we saw the news. That's fresh. That's dope.
Just such a great example for all of these young women that are coming up and trying to find role models that are doing what they're doing. And I think also this LGBTQ plus, environment, and so much of it in women's basketball. And so having role models and people that are doing it and doing it so well and leading that group and leading women's basketball. So any of those 3, that's a shout out.
Oh, Kevin. I don't know. Is you ready for that kind of work, Kevin? Are you ready to sit down and talk to a Candace Parker, sir? Or Allie Quigley?
I'm ready to talk to anybody who wants to talk to us, B. Jones. So
Hey,
if
I
they
know.
want to give us their time, guess what? Come on to the platform.
Hey, if y'all watching it, we're going to work hard. We're going to put in the work. I promise you, you're going to have a good time, just like we gave to Coach Sam Smith here today. All right, well, listen, we got some big names. Y'all are on the clock. We're going to do our best to reach out to you, your management team, and see if we can get y'all on the show. But Sam Smith, head basketball coach, you are phenomenal. You are amazing. I can't wait to see what your team at Edwardsville do, not just this season, but in the upcoming seasons. I know success is right around the corner for you guys because Coach Sam Smith, you got next. And if you are listening to it, we just rounded up another fire episode. We want to thank y'all so much for listening in. We truly appreciate the support. I'm going to say that all over because that's all I can do is say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, we're going to have that invitation one more time. This is your chance. It's not your last chance, but it's just another chance for you to smash that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and share this episode with as many people as you can. As a matter of fact, we can't do a lot, but we got 2 $100 gift cards on the line this year. For this month, on January 31st, Kevin and I will do a raffle. Anybody that shares this episode with 2 people, all right, like it, subscribe it, and leave the comments, YEET, that's yeet. That lets me know you will enter your name into that raffle. And like I said, we're going to draw not once, but twice. And we're giving out $100 gift cards for those individuals. And anybody who wants to just earn a free Sports Life Talk t-shirt, if you want that Chicago powder blue with the gold writing on it, we can do that too. Just go to our IG page at Sports Life Talk, tag in 5 friends, and we're going to get your information through DM, and we're going to send you over some gear because that's what kind of guys we are. We just nice. This is a season of growth, and we need you. We want to show you our appreciation by doing those small little things. But listen, if you want to just come hang out with us, come check Kevin and I out on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. We stream live on YouTube and Facebook, so if you did smash the subscribe button, you'll be notified. You can come just hang with us. We talk sports, life, relationships, sneakers. Hey, it doesn't matter. It's a no-holds-barred, fun conversation, not just another sports TV show. We ain't ESPN, ladies and gentlemen. We are Sports Life Talk. All right, Coach, we want to thank you one more time for coming on. Kev,
Awesome.
Kev, I'm coming. Hey, thank you, Coach. Hey, Kev, I'm coming for the belt, baby. What you want to say, Kev? Let's close this thing out.
Even though I felt like Cincinnati versus Alabama, I got destroyed in championship rounds, I still won because we have a new family member. Coach Smith, thank you so much for rocking with us. Even though you got me destroyed today, but I still love you.
Love you guys too. Appreciate you so much. So thankful to be on here.
All right. Well, listen, Sports Life Talk Nation, we love y'all. Y'all stay safe, be blessed, respect one another, and love each other because together we are better. And keep dreaming big because you never know. You could be playing for Edwardsville or your story may be the next one featured on Sports Life Talks. You got next. Yeet.
See, what's crazy is I knew you had next because you always working, you always grinding, you're in your bag because you're always working. Like in due time, I knew you got next. Oh, you did it, huh? Crack the code. You got next, you smashing goals. You want next, you need exposure. Well, Sports Life Talk got the baddest show, like the baddest in the room. Podcast to tune into just for you to talk your shit. Talk your mushroom. You are what you eat and you should consume. Sports Life Talk from the late night to the afternoon, then rest repeat. Hit the like, leave a comment, or subscribe so you don't miss a beat. You got next, just a small taste of a winning meal from a chef type of celebrity. What's up next is you, at least you better be. Yeah, you got next, yeah. I can feel it, you're a winner just like me. You got next, and what comes next? Tune in next time and you'll see. Cause if you got next, yeah, if you got next, then you're just like me. If you got next, yeah, if you got next, then you know where to be. I'm talking Sports Life, talking this. Yeah. Sports Life, talking this.